Good morning, Glams. This is your host again, Natanya with the Glam Life. And I'm going live today because I know if I do the recording for this video, it's just going to take forever to edit it. So I was like, well, let me go ahead and go live, chit chat with you all, and pre-poo my hair at the same time. It is wash day. I have not washed my hair in almost 3 weeks. And I got up this morning and I was like, okay, let me go ahead and pre-poo it before I wash later on. And I said, well, let me go ahead and make this tutorial for you all and chit chat with you all while I get it done. How has everyone been doing? I have been doing well. It's just been a lot going on, especially with this pandemic. Many of you all do know that I do work in a prison. So it's been, up and down with the quarantines for some of the units, up and down for staff catching it. But God has been faithful. Hallelujah. I have remained COVID free. My family has remained COVID free. My immediate family, like my husband and my children. And I just give God glory in that He has truly been a keeper. I have literally seen the evidence of His goodness on my life in the midst of this. I am continuing to speak that I will remain COVID free. My family, my friends, and if by any means that someone catches it, I still believe God that He is a healer, a way maker, and a sustainer. So I am pre-pooing my hair before wash day because, as you all see, my hair has gotten extremely long. I don't cut in it as much as I used to. So when I go to work now, I keep it twisted and I pull it back and I put this little handy dandy clip on it to keep it off my collar. So my hair is a little bit matted because I have not untwisted it in more so in a week. And the two oils I'm going to be pre-pooing with is the canola oil that I got from Food Lion and olive oil. Love olive oil. I have put canola oil on my hair before, but um, I just decided to revisit it because that was the only thing left to mix in with the olive oil. So I'm gonna take these rings off so they won't get caught in my hair. And I have the mixture in this oil bottle, and I just covered the nozzle and just shook it up like so. And I'm just gonna pour a generous amount on the ends and just work my way up until I saturate these strands with the canola oil and olive oil. And the reason why I'm doing this is just to get out all the shed hair, kind of like, not say moisturize it, but kind of like put some nutrients in it because I'm going to strip my hair with a sulfate shampoo. Because if you've been following my blog for quite some time, I use hair greases on my strands. So I'm just makeshiftly lightly detangling with my fingers just to loosen it up. And once I have that done, I'm just going to go on to another section. Now, my hair is already twisted because I left it twisted due to me working. If it was not, I'll still just go into makeshift sections. And again, just lathering it on these strands, coating it really good, and detangling. So I'm going to ask some of you all a personal question. Did you all take the COVID-19 vaccine? My answer is I have not taken it. I don't have any plans on taking it. My reasoning behind it is that I just don't trust it. I don't. And then as more reports are coming out about the vaccine, it just confirms my reasons for not taking it. Now, if you have taken it, that's your personal choice. I have not, and I don't want anyone to feel because you have not that you are around here spreading the virus. That is just completely false, absolutely not true. I wear my mask when I'm in crowds. I do social distance, and I'm not around a whole lot of people to start with. Now, this is the shed hair that I've gotten out from those two. More shed hair will come out once I wash, but this is just the tangled strands that has came out as a result. So back to this conversation. If you did get the vaccine, why did you get it? I do have some loved ones, friends, and family members of mine that have gotten it for various reasons. Some of them respect my stance on me not getting it. Others, you're the one around here still, spreading the virus, to it's the pandemic amongst the unvaccinated. But yet there's just been an alarming number of breakthrough infections when it comes to the current vaccine. And I've seen reports where the man had gotten fully vaccinated back in January. And here it is, where in August he did a antibodies test and he has no antibodies in his system. So his doctor had to write him a prescription to get another vaccine. So vaccines, any shot is not foolproof. I'm going to give that as a disclaimer, but I just feel that with this, they just rushed and um, came up with something. And in my opinion, we're just supposed to trust it. Now, if you taking it, that's fine. I'm not knocking anybody for taking it. My rant is don't think that it's the unvaccinated around here spreading it or the unvaccinated around here not taking precautions, because I'm one of the ones that is still taking precautions because we are still in a real pandemic despite what the news reports may say. So just going on pre-pooing my hair and just detangling as I go along. And also too, if you have been following me, I'm not politically driven. I don't get in parties with Democrat, Republican. I'm just strictly Jesus. My thoughts, my thoughts on what would Jesus do. And we are in some trying times. So the times that we're in, it just leads me back to scripture to help me know that, okay, Lord, your return is soon near. You said that these things were going to come. So I realized that I got to put my trust in you and not in man. So with having said that, when it comes to the vaccine, just leave your thoughts and your comments in the description box on how do you feel about it? Do you think that there should be more people getting vaccinated, or do you think it should be more people having their choice to decide? Because there's a lot of companies that are pushing it. And I feel that my place of employment, I do work for the state of South Carolina, the Department of Corrections at the prison. They have urged us to take it. We do have regular testing, and I do go through that. They have been urging. They have not necessarily mandated it because the governor that we have down here, Henry Master, is still saying, let it be the people's choice. But I do see it possibly coming down the pipeline in the future or so, where he's going to mandate state workers to get vaccinated. I've already discussed with my husband, if that were to come to pass, this chick is gone. I will turn in my badge. I will give up my years of service as a lieutenant with the department, and I would just come home and continue to be a mother and a wife and trust the Lord. So, do you think mandates are feasible? Do you think that they're working, or do you think it should just be the people's choice? I'm for the mask mandates. Um, I do think that the mask does help slow the spread, because if you do have germs and you're coughing and sneezing, you're keeping it all to yourself. However, I am pro-choice too, but I know that you can't have your cake and eat it too. So I do feel as kids are going back to school, precautions need to be in place for is like um, them being able to wash their hands, sanitize, and also having masking when the social distancing or the pods are not possible. Now, I homeschool my children. I've been homeschooling my kids for the past 8, 9 years. I have an upcoming ninth grader and an upcoming 10th grader. So I've been homeschooling since they've been in kindergarten. So schooling has not been a major issue when it comes to us having to, do virtual learning. I know it's been a huge issue for parents this year, and that's why I think they're, pushing for the kids to go back to school, and I'm all for that. But I am also for making sure that the environment is safe and conducive for the child and the staff, because we are still actively and live in a pandemic. And you have people around here that are running around here thinking that we're just, living like it was back in 2019. And I'm here, like me and my husband discussed, normal isn't coming back. I don't care how much they, try to convince you that it is. Normal isn't coming back. Those days are over. But I will encourage you that Jesus is coming back. Oh, he is. And you're going to see more stuff go on. You're going to see more things take place prior to his return. So instead of us looking down around what's going on, it's time for us to look up, look to the hills from which cometh our help. We're going to need him in this time. We're going to need him in times to come. Not man, not a vaccine, not, I mean, in some cases, not even a mask. I mean, we're going to need him in this time because he's going to be the one to keep, sustain, cover, and it's time for us to look unto him, the hills from which cometh our help. I just pray right now, just a transparent moment of loved ones who've lost family and friends and colleagues and stuff due to COVID. I mean, this virus is real. I don't want people to misconstrue what I'm saying because I chose not to get vaccinated on this virus not being real. This virus is very much alive and it is real. I've sat with offenders. I work at a prison. I've sat with COVID offenders. I've transported COVID offenders. I've had staff members that had COVID. Unfortunately, we have lost some staff members. However, when you look at the media tries to magnify it. If you listen to the media will make it seem like everybody's out here with COVID and everybody's dying. So I created an acronym for media. Media, M, most. E stands for effective. D, demon. I, N, A, America. Media, the most effective demon in America. Because one thing I noticed, with the media, and it depends on what network you watch, they'll steer you in a certain direction on how they want you to think, how they want you to view certain things. Like Fox News, they're still on the Trump wagon. Thank God the man is gone. Lord Jesus, I'm so happy the man is gone now. Am I altogether happy with who we currently have in there? No, but I'm happy that the last one is gone. But Fox News, they praise Trump like he was the best thing since Jesus coming. Then you go to other news anchors like CNN and MSNBC and HLN. Trump was the worst thing, since Satan himself. Now you have, the media outlets promoting the vaccine. I mean, every time you turn on the TV, get vaccinated, get vaccinated, get vaccinated. I say this to say, because we do need the news. I'm not so, stuck in where, I listen to news reports and stuff, but sometimes we got to decipher between the information ourselves and use the wisdom and the brain that God has given us and just say, like, is this really information or is this them really trying to steer me in one direction? When you're looking at it from a spiritual eye, you will begin to see it from a different perspective. My sheep knoweth my voice, and a stranger he will not follow. We should be led, not herded. And one thing with the media will herd you. The media will basically push you through to thinking a certain way versus if you just sit back and lean and trust on the Lord, he will lead you. He will guide you. He will show you on what to do. He will give you the peace and the calm in the midst of the storm, as he has given me. I listen to it. I see all the stuff that's going on. It's real. It's true. But it just brings me back when they was on the boat and Jesus got up and just said, "Peace, be still." And that's where I'm at right now. I'm just on the boat with Jesus and we're just riding the storm out. I have peace in my heart, in my mind, in my soul in him. because I realize it is in him that I move and I have my very being. Not in vaccine, not in man, not in a job. The Lord is blessed. I had a job during this whole pandemic. Matter of fact, sometimes I would even say that my job is a form of job security because I work in a prison. You know, we unfortunately, criminals are not going away. Matter of fact, it just seems like it's increasing lately with burglaries, robberies, um, all I mean rapes, child, lewd acts on child. It just seems like those cases are increasing. And unfortunately, when they commit those acts of crime, they get sentenced by the county and then they come to their local state facilities. So unfortunately, criminals are not going away. So I would say that I even have some form of a sense of job security. However, my dependency is not dependent on the South Carolina Department of Corrections, because I realize at any given time I can walk in and they can say, Lieutenant Pollard, Mrs. Pollard, your services are no longer needed with us. Have a nice life, turn in your badge, and send me on down the yellow brick road. So I realize that where my help comes from is not in the state of South Carolina. My help comes from him. So while I'm ranting, I'm just going through pre-pooing my hair and just getting out all the shed strands and just coating my strands with canola and olive oil and loosening them to be able to get out the shed hair. And this is critical when you wash your hair because you don't want to have a tangled ball or a tangled mess. And especially that I use sulfate shampoos. If my hair gets in a tangled ball or a tangled mess, it will be so hard to decipher and get through those strands. I'll get frustrated and I just start getting scissors and cutting out the knots. So I do love how I'm just able to use this oil and glide right through these strands. Now look at this length. I am amazed at the length that I have been able to retain because I finally stopped cutting in my hair and just started pulling it up because I wear uniform and it's required to keep it off my collar, and I was just cutting in it so much. But I finally decided to let it grow, and I'm amazed with the growth that I have been able to achieve as a result of conditioner and hair grease. That's my routine: conditioner and hair grease. I'm just going to the back now, right here. And I'm just working through these strands, So it's Friday. Here in South Carolina, it's raining. So it's an off day for me. I do work the weekend, but do you all have any weekend plans? Are you all vacationing, getting out of town? What are your plans? Have you all been on vacation since things have opened back up? I know some people were a little apprehensive at first, and I was, but I just continue to go and use safety and precaution. Even though I decided not to vaccinate, I still use wisdom. In everything, use wisdom. If I know that I'm going in the grocery store, I put a mask on. If I know that I'm going around, vulnerable people like my grandmother, I put a mask on. Now, my grandmother has been vaccinated. She decided to get it, but she gets on me for, oh, Tandy, you need to get it. No, grandma, but my grandmother's 86 years old. So if I was 86, I'd probably get it too. I just don't trust the development of it at this particular point. So I'm pretty much done with the pre-pooing of my hair. I'm just going to finish the rest off this live stream. But I decided to go live because I know once I recorded it, me editing it would be a nightmare. And I was like, you know what? I'll just go live and just talk to my viewing audience. I normally don't go live at this time, but I know this evening is Friday night. It'll be my family movie night, and I'll be spending time with my family. So I decided to go ahead and get it done now. So Again, thank you all for the support of this channel. Leave your comments in the description box below. I did a loaded in discussion on the pandemic, the vaccines, my thoughts, my feelings, and I want to hear yours. Be candid, be honest. Let's respect one another and have also open dialogue about what about which that is going on in the current world. This is so much going on, and let's just have healthy conversation. I want to really want to know your thoughts on the vaccine. Did you get vaccinated? How do you feel about the way things are going now, being that case numbers are going up? Do you think vaccines are working? Do you think it was a rush altogether? Or do you even think this is fake? But again, I'm about to sign off. I'm going to finish the rest off camera. And I'm going to leave this oil mixture on my hair for about an hour or so. This is how much shed hair that I've got now. I know it's gross. And the reason why I like to show shed hair, to show that your hair is going to come out. It is going to shed. And I'm just going to cover when I get done with this plastic cap and leave on for about an hour or so. Then I'll just go in and wash my hair like normal. So until then, next time, glams, be blessed and be glamorous.